Hello and welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. In Monday's video, I apologised for making 3 videos about Warhammer Quest Darkwater in November. And yet, here we go again. Games Workshop have seriously transitioned from drip feed to deluge when it comes to information about their newest entry in the Warhammer Quest series. And yesterday they posted another article on the Warhammer Community page which gave us more information about the campaign structure. Some of this stuff we knew, but some of it we didn't, and so, in what I think will be the last time before they announce pre-orders for the game, let's take a closer look. The game has 2 modes. You can play a one-off skirmish, which will take less than an hour. You can give your heroes upgrades to try more difficult scenarios, and after completing one you get a score. You can replay it another time and try to do better. It's not quite a one-off dungeon plunge, but for people who don't want to play a full campaign, it's a nice option. Incidentally, the image on screen is a setup for one of these skirmishes. Although we aren't given details of this particular scenario, we can see the heroes are in the centre surrounded by Pestigors, with treasure objectives to the left and right and other objectives in the 4 corners. I would say this is some kind of ambush scenario in which the heroes need to break out of the ring of Pestigors and split up to reach those 4 objectives. I believe this is the first time I've seen this particular map, and it's the most open arena so far. A lot of people have been saying this new Warhammer Quest is a lot like Underworlds. While the gameplay is very different, and I don't think the experience will feel all that similar based on what we know, looking at a setup like this does make it easy to see why people are making that connection. However, for me, it still feels very much more like Blackstone Fortress, especially based on the new information we have regarding the campaign. The most interesting thing about this picture for me is we can see more details of heroes and enemies. Hurrah! Drolf has a fixed move of 3, no dice rolling for him, and when he sprints with the move ability, he ignores lethal and snare hexes. His defense is 4+, and he has 10 health. When he expends his ranger's kit, he picks a visible blocked hex, and until the end of his next turn, he is allowed to move through that blocked hex as though it was open terrain. He just clambers over or squeezes through to the other side. He has a single attack option, up to range 3, rolling 2 dice that hit on a 3+. Sadly, I can't read any of the special text for Inara Scion or Bren Tylus, although I can see that Inara's Barrier of Water ability will cost energy to use. Inara has a move of d6, a 5+ save, 10 health, and a single attack option with a range of 3, rolling 2 dice that hit on a 3+. Bren has a move of d6, saves on a 4+, and has 10 health. I guess 10 health is the standard across all the heroes. She has a single attack profile which is range 1, rolling 2 dice that hit on a 3+. And I am seeing some cause for concern here. Each hero has a unique skill and a unique piece of equipment to give them a bit of character, but for the most part, all of the profiles are very similar. Everybody has a single attack option, and while range varies, they all appear to be rolling 2 dice and hitting on 3s. Wailing on enemies with Edmark's axe isn't going to feel any different to hitting them with Bren's sword, or even shooting them with a crossbow. In previous iterations of Warhammer Quest, heroes tended to have a choice of attack options, a selection of unique abilities, and special gear. Plus, they had varied stats that made them all play a little differently. In Cursed City, for example, each hero had a move stat, but they also had agility, vitality, and defense, which could be used for a variety of reasons, including making tests during special events. A lot of that has been stripped away for a very clean, streamlined character profile. I hope it hasn't stripped away too much of the texture of a fun and varied dungeon crawl at the same time. I guess it will ultimately come down to how interesting it is to level up your characters, what new equipment you can give them, and what new skills they can learn. We can also see some of the Pestigor rules in this image. They move 3 hexes, they have a defense of 1, 2 health, and activate in groups of 2. They have 1 attack, it has a range of 1, rolls 2 dice, hits on a 4+, crits on a 6+. Their behaviour chart cycles between the black and red activation dice. Unfortunately, I can't make out their special ability, but it looks like it involves placing tokens on the card to build up towards triggering a special power of some kind. Anyway, for most people, the appeal will be the campaign, which apparently takes from 10 to 14 hours and covers 3 acts. The Warhammer article says you will start your campaign by picking your character and their equipment. The way it's worded, it sounds like you may be able to pick from different equipment. I don't think that's the case, although it would be fun to have some way to customize your character. You then prepare a reward deck and an act deck. Each of the 3 act decks has its own pool of 16 combat encounters, non-combat events, and rest spots, plus boss encounters that go at the bottom of the deck. This is very similar to how Blackstone Fortress handled expeditions. After completing setup, you draw 2 cards from the act deck and choose one to play. That means sometimes you will be thrown into a battle, sometimes you will be able to pick to encounter an event instead. Events we have seen previously. They are short interludes. They may offer heroes a chance to rest, gain rewards, or play mini-games. But the bulk of the gameplay happens on the maps presented in the hardback map book. Encounter cards tell you which map to use, and there are several encounter cards keyed to each map. For example, this is map 1. At the top of the map we have the initiative track. This works pretty much how I expected, except the heroes can choose in which order they will activate, with each hero's activation alternating with an enemy activation. Once you get to the end of the initiative track, you advance the time track by 1. If you haven't completed the mission by the end of the round marked with a red hourglass, you have run out of time and the heroes lose. You can also lose if every hero is made vulnerable at the same time. I covered the vulnerable state in my previous video, so I'm not going through it again. Anyway, absolutely love the artwork on this map, mostly. Note that hexes with a white border are blocked and usually impassable, until Drolf gets involved. Hexes with a dotted yellow border are snares that reduce movement by 1 point, and red outlined hexes are lethal hexes that cause damage. And goddammit GW, I am still colorblind. Stop using red outlines to indicate important stuff on maps. Unless the artwork makes it very clear the hex causes damage, that's going to be a problem for me. I mean, look, spot the lethal hex here. It's there. We have been shown 2 different encounters we can play on map 1, one from Act 1 and one from Act 2. The Act 1 example is Cleanse the Spawn Point. The encounter card makes it very clear what to do and how to set things up. You place Mire Kelpies on spawn points, place nest tokens on indicated spaces, and away you go. Heroes get a special ability in this scenario that costs 1 action and lets them remove a nest. Once they have removed all of the nests, one hero has to reach the hex marked with a spiral symbol to win. The hero who stands on that space completes the Purifier side quest, which I guess will grant an additional boon. Weird side quest though, because, you know, it's not a side quest. Side quest implies an optional thing you can go off and do for a bonus, not something that you need to do to complete the actual quest. This all seems pretty self-explanatory. Face an endless wave of Kelpies that will keep respawning after you kill them, destroy the nests, reach the designated spot, save the cheerleader, save the world. Simple. The second encounter example is Seize the Cache from Act 2. Same map, but this time the heroes are facing some Pestigors and the Kelpies can retch up to 10 hexes instead of 4. Only a game with Nurgle foes could have powerful retching as a special rule. In this mission, the heroes have to push a cart to a designated hex. The side quest is completed by the first hero to push the cart. Did Games Workshop not know what a side quest is? If you complete an encounter, your party gets to heal, with each hero recovering D3 health. You then draw 5 reward cards, adding an extra one if nobody was vulnerable. Each hero in turn gets to pick 1 reward, and if a particular hero looted during an encounter, they can add their looted rewards to the pool at the point they make their choice. Heroes only get 1 reward each, and loot is available in different rarities. If you fail an encounter, you discard 4 rewards and try again. If you can't discard 4 rewards, you lose the campaign and have to start over. The only other thing of note is that the game will come with deck boxes to save your game, similar to the stasis envelopes from Blackstone Fortress. There are boxes for each hero, 1 for the reward deck and 1 for your current act. That's pretty neat, and hopefully helps to make setup and teardown even easier. But I think that will just about do it for Darkwater, until release at least. I have more Talisman on the channel tomorrow. After all, I've only made 3 Talisman videos this month already. I guess November is a magical quest sort of a month. I better mix things up next week. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider pressing the like button. If you really like this video, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so, and hopefully I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone, bye bye.